You know that feeling first thing in the morning, when your back feels locked, stiff, almost brittle, as if it forgot how to bend overnight? Most people over 60 assume that's just aging, but what if it isn't? What if it's a small hinge at the base of your spine, quietly jamming up, sending false alarms that echo as pain? I'm Dr. Samuel Hartley. For 25 years in clinical practice, I've studied this exact pattern, the moment when mobility fades, not because the spine is worn out, but because one forgotten joint stops communicating with the rest of the body. It's called the lumbosacral joint. It sits right where your lower spine meets your pelvis, and it decides whether you stand tall or shuffle stiffly. When this joint locks, every simple act, tying shoes, getting out of a chair, rolling in bed, feels heavier. Many of my patients arrive terrified they will soon need help just to stand. But within days of retraining this single area, most regain freedom of movement they thought was gone for good. So, before you blame arthritis or discs, stay with me. In a moment, I'll show you the biological switch that controls that joint, and 4 gentle movements that may begin freeing it tonight. Because aging doesn't steal mobility, inactivity does. And once you understand how this forgotten hinge works, you'll see that your body still remembers how to heal, one careful movement at a time. When I began researching chronic low back pain in older adults, one discovery changed everything. Most cases weren't caused by structural damage. They were caused by silence, a silence between your brain and the deepest stabilizing muscle in your spine, the multifidus. Picture this muscle like a small but vital messenger that sits deep along your lower vertebrae. Its job is to send constant feedback to your brain, telling it where your spine is in space. But after 60, this messenger starts to go quiet. Years of sitting, slouching, or moving, less gradually, shut off the nerve pathways that keep it awake. When that signal weakens, your spine loses awareness of its own alignment. The lumbosacral joint, that hinge between the spine and pelvis, becomes unstable, irritated, and inflamed. A 2021 study in the Journal of Orthopedic Research found that seniors with multifidus inhibition were 3 times more likely to develop recurring back pain. The joint isn't broken, it's confused. Here's the fascinating part. Pain itself is often your body's last attempt to get your attention. It's not a sign of fragility, it's a signal to reconnect. When we retrain that communication through specific movement patterns, something remarkable happens. The multifidus begins firing again, blood flow increases, and inflammation markers drop. A 2020 Spine Journal trial even showed that activating this muscle reduced pain recurrence by 76% within 8 weeks. So, no, this isn't about stretching your back. It's about reawakening a dormant reflex that time has muted. And in a moment, I'll guide you through the 4 simple movements that do exactly that, the same sequence I've used in my own clinic to help thousands regain their morning mobility. But first, there's one mistake that can undo all that progress, and almost everyone makes it without realizing. Before we begin, remember, none of these movements are about force. They're about teaching your body to remember. Start by finding a quiet, firm surface, a mat, carpet, or even the bed if it's supportive enough. Breathe slowly. Let your body know this is safe. 1. The reset stretch. This is the one that surprises most people, because relief can come in less than a minute. Lie face down, elbows under your shoulders, palms flat. Now, gently lift your chest as if you're watching the horizon. What you're doing here is reversing years of compression from sitting. When we slouch or sit in soft chairs, the lumbosacral joint tilts backward, jamming the hinge that connects your spine to your pelvis. This small extension tells the joint, this is home. If you feel a mild stretch, stay. If there's sharp pain, stop. Your body isn't ready for this one yet. Start with 30 seconds, once a day. Over time, work toward a minute. Each breath you take in this position rehydrates the tiny discs and lowers cortisol, your body's stress hormone, which peaks in the morning and quietly stiffens your back. Extension lowers that spike, but here's what most people miss. The goal isn't height, it's stillness. When you can rest in this position without resistance, your spine starts listening again. 2. The rotational unlock. Lie on your back with knees bent and feet flat. Slowly let both knees fall to one side as far as feels comfortable, then back to center and over to the other side. Think of this as oiling the hinges of a long, unused door. A 2019 study from the British Journal of Sports Medicine found that rotational mobilization increased spinal fluid flow by 15%, delivering nutrients to the discs and nerves that restore flexibility. Do this for 30 seconds each side. Move with your breath. Inhale to center, exhale to the side. Healing happens during the exhale. 3. The Core Awakener. Now we strengthen the messenger itself, the multifidus. Come onto your hands and knees, shoulders over wrists, hips over knees. Tighten your stomach just enough to flatten your lower back slightly. Lift one arm forward, thumb up. Then lift the opposite knee just 1 inch off the floor. Hold for 5 seconds. Breathe, then switch sides. Don't rush. The goal isn't strength, it's reconnection. You're rebuilding the neural feedback loop that tells your spine how to stabilize itself. Do this 3 times a week, alternating sides until you feel light fatigue. Within a few weeks, you may notice something subtle, mornings that no longer start with stiffness. That's your body remembering its rhythm. 4. The Pelvic Leveler. Stand tall beside a wall or counter for light support. Shift your weight onto one leg. With the other, draw slow, controlled circles in the air, large, graceful, like painting with your foot. This strengthens your glute medius, the muscle that keeps your pelvis level and your spine aligned. When it weakens, the pelvis tilts, pulling the lumbosacral joint out of balance. Make your circles slow enough that your outer hip starts to feel a gentle warmth. That's activation, not strain. 30 seconds each side, 3 times a week. If that becomes easy, tilt your pelvis slightly as you circle to raise your foot higher. The goal isn't perfection, it's progress. Every controlled circle teaches your spine that it can rely on you again. Each of these movements may seem small, but together they reawaken an entire communication network, from the spine to the pelvis to the brain. You're not just stretching, you're reprogramming your balance, posture, and confidence. And in a moment, we'll refine these into a short daily ritual, one that fits right beside your morning coffee and may quietly change how your body ages from here on. Consistency, not intensity, is what heals the spine after 60. The body doesn't need punishment, it needs rhythm. And rhythm is built through small daily choices that speak the language of your nervous system. Here's how to make these movements part of your day, naturally. Morning. When you first wake, cortisol levels are at their peak. This is the hormone that stiffens muscles and tightens fascia to prepare for movement. But when it stays high, it fuels inflammation. Before your first cup of coffee, take 1 minute to perform the reset stretch, lying face down, elbows under shoulders. Let your breath melt the tension instead of forcing the stretch. This simple ritual not only restores spinal fluid motion, but also lowers morning cortisol, helping your body start the day in calm alertness rather than stress. Evening. While your body unwinds, perform the rotational unlock right on your bed. Knees bent, slow side-to-side movement with deep breathing. Think of it as closing the day's loops, flushing tension from your spine before rest. 3 days a week, alternate between the Core Awakener and Pelvic Leveler. Pair them with gentle walking or a few minutes of balance practice. Stand on one foot while brushing your teeth or preparing breakfast. Those micro challenges train your proprioception, the sense of where your body is in space. For nutritional support, magnesium glycinate in the evening helps relax muscle tone, while collagen peptides can support connective tissue repair. Always check with your doctor or pharmacist before adding supplements, especially if you take medication for blood pressure or heart rhythm. Finally, never sit on soft couches or beds with your back sagged. Use a small cushion to keep the spine's natural curve. Each minute you sit well is a quiet act of prevention, because healing isn't something that happens to you. It's something your body learns to do again, once you give it rhythm and respect. When I look back over my years in practice, I've learned something profound. Pain isn't the body breaking down. It's the body calling for attention. It's the language of survival, asking you to reconnect, to move, to breathe. That's what these 4 movements do. They aren't exercises, they're conversations between your spine, your brain, and your will to stay independent. Every time you lie down for that stretch or lift your arm in the Core Awakener, you're not just training muscles, you're reminding your body, I'm still here, I still move, and that moment, that quiet rediscovery, changes everything. I've seen men in their 70s who thought their best days were gone begin gardening again without fear. I've watched women who avoided travel finally pack their suitcases because their backs no longer punish them for walking. When the lumbosacral joint starts gliding freely again, something else opens too. Confidence, curiosity, and the belief that aging can be graceful, not painful. So, tonight as you sit or lie down, pause for a second. Feel your breath move through the spine you've just awakened. Imagine what tomorrow's first step will feel like when your body no longer hesitates. Of course, always talk to your healthcare provider before beginning new routines, especially if you have arthritis, balance issues, or chronic conditions. But remember, independence isn't a luxury. It's a skill you can keep practicing. Your back isn't failing you, it's waiting for leadership. Guide it gently, train it daily. And if this brought even a flicker of relief or hope, share your story in the comments. Someone else your age might read it and take their first step back toward freedom. Because healing spreads through example. You've just reintroduced your body to itself. Now, let's see how far it wants to go.